My name is Hyeladzira Adamu, or you can call me Zira. I mean, just call me Zira because I'm your bestie right now. This is the program Unscripted. Now, Unscripted is your one-stop show for everything honest conversation. We have people come here to talk about their thoughts on different issues, different topics, unfiltered, with no prior notice. My name is again Hyeladzira, and I'll be your anchor for the program. Do well to join us because every Saturday we'll be bringing you a new edition of the program. And this program is brought to you from the stables of Hyeladzira and Arico Multimedia. Do well to stay with us.
Arico TV.
Hello. I was actually going to sing Hello from the Other Side by Adele, but I just realized that my voice is terrible. So welcome to another edition of Unscripted from the stables of Multimedia and Arico Multimedia. My name is Hyeladzira Adamu, or you can call me Zira, and I would have loved to sing a song for you, but I cannot. So, I am sure that we've all settled into the new year and realized that our goals are not going to win themselves by themselves. And of course, we cannot win if we don't work, right? If we don't work. And not just that, I'm sure that the only blends we can get if we sit down quietly is like these blends. But then again, that one, that is a free gift of nature. So basically, it's not like we are working to it, but it just happened. Yeah. So anyways, that's just me ranting to myself. I'm trying to motivate myself because New Year, New Me is not working for me. It's not working, I'm sorry. I can't do it. I want to be a lazy child. But yeah, today's show is amazing because I have very beautiful people next to me. But not just that, I have a very amazing producer and songwriter. I mean, when you talk about his production, and I pride myself on the fact that I did his tag. But yes, I have a very amazing producer next to me. His name is Shelomaya Ezekiel, better known as Sick Beats. Yeah, Sick on the Beats. And next to him we have the beautiful and amazing Sarah, who is trying to be shy, but of course, beautiful girls have to she's trying not to show herself too much. We understand, ma. We understand. So, how are we doing?
Fine.
It's just fine. I'm fine. Hi. You have a beautiful woman sitting next to you.
I'm okay. I'm great, yeah.
Alright, so let's get straight into it. So let's say, you know how we have Wrapped for Spotify?
Yeah, what?
So let's say your year had a Wrapped. 2023 had a Wrapped. What would you describe it as?
Okay, 2023 was good to me, yeah, compared to last year and the year before. So I feel like a decent 70%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was able to achieve like 70% of what I set out to achieve. So I think it's a good year for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sarah?
Well, usually I'm not the type to say a year is a bad year for me.
Oh, really?
I would say 2023 was tough. Yeah, it started off very rough, but then wrapping it up because that's what you asked, right?
Yeah.
It was a lot.
Just too much. It's overwhelming. I can't even put it in words.
Yeah, and then we had a lot of things happen last year. But then again, let's talk about heights for the two of you before we go into other matters. So, Sick Beats, the brand, has been dragged repeatedly.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I'm sitting, okay, yes, I am actually sitting with two creatives. So, 2023, you were dragged, ending of 2023. And this dragging was because of a very simple thing.
Yeah.
That should have been a simple thing, but it was not a simple thing.
Yeah.
You've been dragged because he said you will not make a beat for less than 50K. How did that feel to you?
To be honest, my mind is already made up on my decision. So I feel like people will say what they want to say, but my mind is made up. And I don't know. I felt people are shallow-minded, so I didn't really pick an offense.
Over what he said.
Yeah, because to me, they failed to understand what I was trying to say. So yeah. I was on board, to be honest.
Okay,
yeah.
so I think for me, what I picked from that is But before I said what I picked, did it stop people from coming to patronize you?
Nah, I made 500K this month, so I feel like.
Oh, okay. So what it means is that the people who your services are for will pay you what you're worth.
Word.
That's what I picked from that.
Yeah.
All right. So let's move to Sarah. Sarah, you were in a competition that had over 100 people, and I know you keep saying that the hype is too much for that, but it's not too much, because I mean, you had over 100 people. You competed and you won, and you got like money and also 100 books. Do you know what 100 books means to a reader? Yes. She got 100 books.
That's great.
So what was that like?
In one word, terrific. It was terrific. I mean, okay, that was not the first competition I actually did. But then that was the first one I won.
Oh really?
So you can actually imagine.
And you won big.
I won big. So it was big for me. It was a lot for me. I could not contain my joy. I didn't even know how to celebrate, honestly. I was in church when I saw it, and then immediately I just went on my knees. It was just too much for me. Yeah.
I'm so happy. So it means that despite all the troubles of 2023, they were highs.
Yeah.
And it was massive.
It was a banger.
It was a banger, yes, it was a banger. Alright, so let's talk about, because today we are here to talk about what showing up looks like and what it does to creatives. So let's start with you again, Sarah, because even though I know you're still overwhelmed from 2023, but let's talk. What does showing up look like to you?
Well, showing up to me means just putting yourself out there, just being consistent with what you do, so that people will see you, your audience will get to see you. Whoever, even if it's just one person or two or three, that resonates with whatever you're putting out there. Just keep showing up for these people. Just put yourself out there. Your star will shine.
And you have a very amazing following on that are rooting for you always. We saw that even though. And then Shelmaya, let's get to you. What does showing up look like to you? In line with the fact that you made such giant strides on your YouTube. You should totally subscribe to his YouTube, by the way. You've made such giant strides on your YouTube. So what does showing up look like to you?
From what she said, she said, even if it's just 3 or 2 people, the more you keep doing, it's like it will, as far as it resonates with them, eventually if you get to more people. So I feel like that was like what I had to do on my YouTube, because sometimes you drop a video and you end up not getting what you were expecting to get, but you still have to keep going, For the people that are already have subscribed and are waiting for you to drop something new. So the more you keep going, I feel like the more people get to you.
Alright, so that's very amazing. So why does it matter to you really, showing up? Why does it matter to you, and why should it matter to other creatives?
I feel like it matters a lot because from like my perspective, most of the guys I work with, we are starting from the grassroots, from nothing, trying to get something. So I feel like one of the most treasured things we have is the showing up, because if I show up for you and you show up for me, tomorrow that's how we grow. Yeah, so I feel like this is a vital thing. It's
an encouragement in essence to each other. And we are starting from, like you said, some of us are starting from scratch, from the grass. So it's quite important that we keep showing up, just to prove, even if it is to prove to another person that you can do it. You did it, Sarah?
Well, to me it's important because it gives me an opportunity to interact with other creatives. When you put something out there, they would comment on it, give their observations. So it gives me an opportunity to interact with them, learn from them also. So I think it should matter to other creatives. So if you really want to grow, if you really want to build yourself, you want to hit that point that you want to be at, it should really matter to you, because we learn every day.
Alright. So let's go to the next question, and this is let me give you a background. So for me, every time, because I work a lot with creatives, one thing I get is I tried to be as open about my journey last year as I could. I was very open on the days when I didn't feel like showing up. I openly talked about it because it's like people see you, and I think one of the questions I get the most is how do you balance all you two? Because a lot of people ask me that because I'm a student. I work as a marketing person for a firm. I also work as an OAP, and then there is this question. I have to be a child. I have to be this one. So I have to be somebody's daughter. I have to be somebody's sister. You know, it's a lot of things. And every time people ask me, "What does it? How do you balance all of it?" And I said, I don't know how I balance it. I don't have balance in my life, and that's the truth of the matter. I don't have balance in my life. Something gives, and I feel like another thing that gives is my relationship, but not just that. And my sleep has given way also. So I people feel like a creative should have it all under control, or not just under control, but what does a typical day look like to you? Because people feel like you wake up and you have creative juices, you have to just create, because I mean, I'm a creative, but what does it look like to you? When you wake up, how does a creative day look like to you? Let's start from Sid.
I feel like there is no particular answer because it varies based on the day and based on what you're trying to achieve. Sometimes based on the mood you are on, you know.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but I feel like a very like productive day for me would be a day that I get up. I don't know. I wake up late most times, you know. But when I'm able to like achieve things that I set out to do, you know, in a day, probably like make a couple of beats, maybe 1, 2, maybe run a couple of mixes, or just a day that I get to make content. And sometimes it might just be a day that I eat good food, so it really varies. You know?
I'm sorry. You people should see your creative. You people should come and see your creatives in public, please. So a day that you eat good food is a creative, is a productive day for you. No, but then again, I think for me that would be a productive day because my eating habit is give God the glory. Alright, Sarah.
Well, a creative day for me is like processing vast amounts of data. Like just be able to put out something, because every day is not a creative day for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There are days when I just wake up and then it's not just working. Like there's no inspiration, there's nothing to just put out there. I mean, or I feel so. So sometimes when I feel there's rush in adrenaline or something like that, I tend to write a lot. Sometimes before I go to bed, I would write a lot and just schedule posts. And then go to bed. And if I wake up that day and there's vibe to do something out, put out something. Something.
So we give glory to God for Mark Zuckerberg.
Yes.
And the ability to schedule posts. Alright, that is beautiful. So one thing I've picked here is that not every day is going to be the day you create.
Yes. So once
give yourself grace.
Once you have the vibe, the inspiration, just do everything you have to do.
But then again, that's the place where discipline comes in, right?
Yeah.
Because
I mean
they said that creatives are not disciplined. Is that true?
I don't know. I'm hearing that for the first time.
Are you disciplined?
Sometimes.
I don't know, to be honest. I don't know what.
But you get the work done.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at the end of the day,
At the end of the day, so. But don't be like Sarah and
but
please.
I feel like, I feel like days that you are like your creative juice is high, you should try to create more. Because days that you are not on that, like those works that you like were able to do, were able to serve you. Days you are,
So
for me especially, like if I'm able to make, let's say, 5 beats this week, and I don't get to make, let's say, beats for the next 1 month, I might still be okay because I can still get to sell those beats and they will make up for this.
Okay. So create in bulk and keep for the rainy days because there would always be rainy days.
Yes.
Sure.
All right.
Even in dry seasons.
Sarah doesn't think she's a funny person, but I think she is.
Yeah.
All right. So last question. Now, showing up works for you. So I want to know, how do you think other people can prioritize showing up, and how can it affect their lives? And why should they prioritize showing up? Why is it important?
I feel like it is very important because in life you get to work with people, and I feel like the energy you give might sometimes be the energy you get in return, you know. So if you really want people to show up for you, I feel like it's very vital you show up for them. Yeah, even if they are your followers, still show up for them. You know, when they do show up for it, I feel like
and that
they
can
show
be
up.
difficult, you know.
What, showing up for your followers?
It can be hard.
Yeah, it's not going to be.
But my followers should understand that I'm human too.
Yeah, everybody for don't run now, but not supposed to be easy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy. You know, but like the ability to prioritize people, I feel like will make them in return prioritize you.
Okay, so showing up even if it's just because of the followers you have. All right. Sarah.
Okay, for me, prioritizing showing up, is it?
Yeah.
Is by setting goals.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, when you're able to set goals, even though sometimes goals can make you feel discouraged. When you're not able to meet your targets, you might feel discouraged and you might feel like I'm not all that. Yeah. But then your ability to set goals would put you in check. At least, you give yourself a score. If I'm able to achieve this, I'll give myself a thumbs up. And if I'm not able to do this, I'll beat myself and then tell myself, okay, I should be able to do better.
All right, that's really amazing. Thank you so much. And I'm hoping to continue seeing good works from you. Of course, I am an ardent follower of you, and also from you. I can't wait to see what 2024 has in store for both of you. And thank you so much for coming on the show. And yes, thank you so much for staying with us this long. Of course, you can always subscribe to the channel and come back next week for another edition of the program. My name is Hyeladzira Adamu. Thank you so much for listening. And that is the much we have for you on the program today. I hope the program Unscripted inspires you to live your best life and do it as unapologetically as possible. My name is Hyeladzira Adamu, and of course, like I said earlier on, this program is from the stables of Hyeladzira and also Arico Multimedia. Do well to come back here every weekend for a new episode. Do well to share with your friends, like, and subscribe to the channel. Until I see you next time, have a lovely weekend.
Arico TV.